start with this coffee. And a little bit of water. I guess I just wanted to come down to the uncut and the raw, unedited version of self to explain my intention with this film, or rather documentary of life, not so much my life as much as just life. Me going forth from normalcy and society and trying to return to simplicity. What do I mean by simplicity? Well, I suppose when I feel like I want to return, I'm thinking about just raw, uncut nature. Nature without being edited, without man and woman and humanity saying, I can do it better than God can do, and trying to change it from its already perfect imperfection that is nature, and trying to just play God and make it better than what I feel is already perfect. I don't know how everyone else feels. It seems like people want to conquer it. People want to saddle it up. People want to not allow it to flourish, cutting the grass every week, sometimes more than once a week. It seems like in the same area, even completely uninhabited areas of grass just needing to be conquered. And coming from somebody who's aspiring to become an herbalist, I'm definitely far from herbalist. I am only a student, but I see a lot of medicine in that grass, and I see that it's kind of hard to be on the path that I'm trying to be in an area where finding an untamed forest is damn near impossible, with lack of better words and terms. I feel like there's a nature, there is a mother, there is a grandmother and grandfather forest somewhere that can feed me, clothe me, sustain me, heal me, and help me also die and pass from this density. So much better than a society where we've covered everything in concrete and we conquer everything around so that it can't grow, but then bring in all of this fruit and all of this bounty from other areas to sustain ourselves when really this area could sustain us all. Anyways, enough of that, enough of this. I don't want to bore anybody. But I kind of wanted to do a little show and tell of some of these objects I've been carrying on my travels and on my quest to alchemize all of my objects down, liquidate them down to the most useful objects that I can carry, and also the objects that bring me life and give others life and just make life better. One of the most sacred objects that I carry, I think that I could probably never ever travel without, is this yadaki. Some people know it as didgeridoo, but from my understanding, the Aborigine people call it a yadaki, but it is my favorite instrument, and without it, I feel like I can't really speak the language unspoken that I feel and hear every day, and the ambient sounds of existence. I feel like this language, English language, is quite limited often. I feel this, that I can't really speak the things that I feel and really want to communicate with people all of the time, and I can't do it to the best and most advanced way, which I think is music. I think music can communicate beyond language, and so can love and kindness as well. I used to carry a backpack, but I don't anymore because I found out it really hurts long term. You travel a good 50 miles with everything that you want to carry with you in one bag. It starts to wear on your shoulders and your neck and gives you a headache, and especially when it's hot outside, it just doesn't work. So I've designed a couple of these little blanket bags, and I have a leather one too. This one has a hammock in it with a suspension system. I'm sure you guys have seen them before. Hammock sleeping is the best sleeping, in my opinion. I have the e1.2. Works quite well. It's lightweight, it barely weighs anything, and it can hold me and several other people in it and not break. I have also an ocarina in here. It's a one-hole ocarina. It's a gift to me. Almost everything I have is gifts. I like to carry it. I can whistle a long ways with it. And anyway, here's a better look at it. It has an extra pocket. But it's a lot better on my shoulders, as you can see. It's more padded and works a lot better for carrying everything. I showed you guys before this video as well, like everything, I wanted to make a point how everything sitting out here next to me looks like a lot of things, and it is. That's because it is. And I'm still learning to honestly minimalize even more than what I feel like I need for my survival. We don't need very much. I don't really think that we need hardly anything, especially if we're in the right environment. I feel like if I'm in an environment that has a lot more fruit trees, has a lot more edible plants, a lot of more people who have knowledge of those plants, and we're making those things grow every single day with our existence, almost like a hummingbird or a bee just kind of takes up most of their time spreading pollen, then things would be a little bit different. Here's another satchel. It's empty. And here's another one. I usually keep this one empty. It's really light. It's not meant to carry very much, but I use it for foraging some of plants. There's actually a old thistle flower in here. I got some coffee over here. I'm sure there's a bunch of people out there who like coffee. This is Ethiopian coffee. I carry a little bit with me when I'm traveling. Sometimes it's kind of nice to have it. And of course the little stainless steel pot for cooking and everything that I need it for. This is good enough for me. Will cook my water, help me cook food, and my coffee as well. And whatever else I need it for. Paying it for gold, I don't know, I don't really do much of that. I could give a care less about gold. I don't think it's a useful metal. This is a little old match kit, but I use it for carrying money if I have it. I honestly wish to transcend money because I feel like it's just an extra middleman between us and the things that are already our birthright. And the only really thing that I want to pursue mainly, if I'm honest with myself, is energy. I really just want to help create more energy and take only the energy that I need to create more energy. And it's taken me a long time in my life to realize this. Most of my life, I feel like I've been quite a peasant. Not really had much money, but work my ass off. I need to change my relationship towards money, and money, it may be evil. I think it mainly is, and used to thief things like resources with money, which is basically nothing. Or we're in a digital realm. We don't even have physical money hardly anymore. But if I'm honest with myself, then what better dragon to face than money transmuting it into good things? And occasionally when I have it, I'll put it in here so it doesn't get wet. And I'd like to design myself as a moving vehicle that can go and, if needed, go into water or be wet and be able to carry everything and not risk that everything is going to be destroyed. Here's a passport for travel. They're making this necessary for us to travel now as well. Can't get that wet. And so I've got some things here. This is a pant leg of an old wetsuit, so that you can get wet, like power washing and such. I used to have a power washing job, but now I just put things like my passport in there and keep it all folded up, and when it's raining outside it doesn't get wet. I don't carry much books anymore because I used to carry like a whole dictionary, and just so I love words. I know it's really weird, but realistically I can't carry an entire book, so I try to just keep it thin, and I just write, things that come to my mind and whatever. This one's almost full. I need to alchemize the words so that it can fit into a small book and have all the same information, but add even more information. My whole life seems to be like a boiling down of information and energy, at least for me. I'm trying to pursue minimalist. I'm starting to see that these objects that I'm carrying are becoming more important than my mobility in life. And when I'm honest with myself, when I meditate on it, I find that really the most important thing to me is my mobility, is the actual journey. The destination is the path for me, and I'm the happiest while I'm moving. So if I can't move and I can't carry everything that I feel like is important to me without it weighing me down and burdening me, where I can't even jump across the creek because my things are so heavy, there's probably a problem. This is another gift. This is a knife from the, I believe he said the 1800s. Really old knife. But it's probably one of the most important things you can take with you if you're going to be traveling, trying to use the nature. And that's my intention. My intention is to return to simplicity, and simplicity to me is returning to the most advanced technology that I know, and the most advanced technology that I know is biology, and is the earth and the spiritual energy within that earth that it's almost taboo to even talk about it, it seems like, to most people, because they think that magic